Testing. Hello. Oh wow, the chat thing's broken. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? Where you at? There we go. Good day, everyone. Good, or good evening, or good whatever. Whatever is appropriate for you. I hope it is good. I am not super well, so I will not be streaming for super long today because, I just kind of feel a bit gross. And the main problem with that is it's just kind of got my head all over the place and I just feel a bit lazy. So like, what I wanted to do this week was I wanted to do like a bunch of artwork and stuff. I wanted to do that as early as I could. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that today, just because being an art isn't like necessarily one of the things I'm particularly an expert at. Like, it takes a lot of concentration for me. Oh hey, that thing works. Thank you for following Blacksmith666. I didn't know if that worked or not. I set it up and really tested it. So yeah, what I wanted to do was art, but I think I'm not going to be able to do it today. I'm not going to be able to stream for super long. This is probably only going to be, honestly, like 3-4 hours or something like that. I don't know, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. But I hope that's okay. Shoutouts to Pandajism for following. I look like I might pass out. I hopefully will not pass out. I don't feel that bad. I've had like a really bad fever over the weekend, and honestly right now it's a lot better than it was, but I still just feel really fatigued and I have like a lot of like achy muscles, and I just like I'm not game developing at 100% today. You watched my State Machine vid, was super helpful, thanks. Good, I'm glad it was helpful. Be yourself. Yo, that rainbow cap, Kappa Pride. Is that like... Does everyone have that emote? Is that like a thing everyone has? I want to try that. Oh my god, everyone has that, that's sick. Shoutouts to Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I thought about not streaming at all today, but I wanted to do at least something. Like, I've only just started this thing, I didn't want to have to go, like, without doing anything at all. So I am here today. What I am going to do today, since like I don't really feel like artwork is like a viable thing for today, is I'm gonna have a go at something more code heavy, which is something I'm generally more comfortable with, and we'll see how this thing goes. It may take me forever. I may get it done really quickly and it may just work. I don't know. But I wanted to try and do like slopes or like you know, like uneven terrain and like walking up and down slopes, because Rainbow Kappa is the play. I mean, like, I could do some like rubbish placeholder artwork, just so like we can see like the animation code and everything. I might do that. I don't know. I don't like doing that all the time because people always be like, "Is the artwork gonna stay like that?" kind of thing about it. But I might do that or some things like that. So yeah, my plan is to try and do slopes, and when I say try, I mean I know I have a tutorial on slopes, but I'm gonna try a different approach to it, that really I've only kind of understand in my head, and not really, well, I don't know, I've vaguely thought about how I might try and do it, and I have no idea if it'll actually work or not. So yeah, there's that. It made me very glad that I'd set up the state machine though, and that I'd made a separate state for being on the ground and being in the air, because it means now I can run separate collision code for being on the ground and being in the air, which means that I can skip doing anything involving slopes when I'm airborne, which is cool, because chances are what I do here is going to involve a lot of place meeting and like collision checking, which is tends to be pretty slow. So yeah, include a grapple hook. That's code heavy. Like, I was just thinking, because I have like I mean, I'll show you guys. I have this spreadsheet that I gave to my Patreon supporters, and I was like, I filled it with a bunch of ideas of different like things and mechanics and like art themes and directions the game might go in, kind of thing, you know. And basically just asked people to kind of vote on it. Honestly, not a lot of people have particularly engaged with the spreadsheet so far. Well, I say that, like, compared to actually my number of Patreons, like, not that many people use the spreadsheet, which, you know, is whatever. But, like, there was some general support for, like, uneven terrain, slopes, and ramps, so that's what I'm going to kind of do today. The other big thing was boss fights, and portals as well. Like, I figured, like, I could put that in as just sort of, like, a reference-y mechanic, which would be kind of cool. And a boss fight today, like, I kind of would like to do like basic enemies before I do something. Oh, right. Well, no, that's not true. I could do a boss fight whenever, but like, I think I need to spend some time and think about what that boss fight should actually be. Otherwise, I'm just going to make a giant square that just takes a bunch of hits to kill, and it won't be very interesting, you know. I'll probably just steal something from some other game. You know, stealing is easy, right? So I don't know, I'll find some cool platform with a cool boss and I'll just be like, how would I make that in my game, and like, you know, do it. Or something like that. I don't, like, now spreadsheet isn't necessarily open for other people's suggestions, although, it's open for my Patreon supporters to put forward suggestions, but they don't necessarily go on the spreadsheet because, they have to be appropriate for the game, you know? Like, the thing with the grapple hook is, yeah, it's a cool mechanic and everything, but like, if we just start throwing random features into this game, I mean, it's gonna be a bit like that anyway, but like, you lose coherence in the game design, you know? And that's still an important thing I kind of want to maintain a little. If you've noticed, this is just a bit where I ramble and chat with you guys for ages before actually doing anything in the stream. Hack in the grind, yeah, Debugging, yeah, something like that, but not for super long today. What software is this? This is GameMaker Studio, Calyx, Jimmy. As answered there by Pandagism. And we use this to make Vimeo games. So, yeah, the other thing was, like, I think I worked out what's at the root of the problem whereby occasionally you can get stuck in the wall. I mean, it's super rare and really hard to reproduce. My most typical area of reproducing it was like on this block here. I don't know if there's any significance to that block. Thanks, Game Lofty, and I'm glad of that as well. But like, I think it kind of has to have something to do with the fact that I changed place meeting to round my X and Y, because round works in a weird way that I didn't know about. The function round, like when you type round bracket bracket as, like, let me open up ObjectScript player, or like here, or rather just a collide and move script, right, is a better example. I'll make the font a bit bigger. I mean, 14 should be fairly readable, but I'll go to 16, just a little better. Nice. But yeah, here where I've done like round X and round Y, like this function doesn't round how you might expect round to work, like whereby like like a number below 0.5 goes to below 0.5 goes to the lower number, and above 0.5 goes to the higher number. There's a special case for when it's exactly 0.5. When it's exactly 0.5, like say you're at position X 7.5, right? If you round 7.5, what round does is it, instead of like, you might expect 7.5 to go to 8, right? Well, and actually in that case it would. 7.5 would go to 8, but round actually rounds the number to the closest even number if it's at exactly 0.5. So 8.5 actually rounds down to 8, and 7.5 also rounds to 8. Now I still couldn't work out why that would cause you to get stuck, but I noticed that like when I ran in debug mode and whenever I actually managed to get stuck, my X coordinate was always something 0.5 exactly. So I feel like that has to be rooted in it. Like, I thought I'd figured it out, and I like dry ran it in my head, and I was like, oh, this is totally gonna be what's it. But then when I got down to it, it's like, well, no, like all the place meeting if all the place meeting checks are consistent and they're all consistently rounding to those values, it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter if like something is even like inaccurate based on what's on the screen. You should still never get stuck. Okay, because to get stuck implies that one of those place meeting checks is finding something different to your other place meeting checks, right? You're moving as close as you can to the wall, and you move as close as you can to the wall, and you do that by using this place meeting check to get as close as you can to the wall, right? So there's still no way in my head, I mean there's obviously a way it's happening, but there's still no way in my head that I can work out how, based on this code, you can ever get stuck, you know? Like, I mean, you're not actually stuck, you end up like a pixel in the wall and you stay there, but like if you press left or away from the wall, you'll immediately come back out again, type thing, you know? What happened so far? Absolutely nothing. I have just rambled for like 15 minutes. I just got here, and it's not going to be a super long stream, as I said before. I don't mean to repeat myself lots, but like I know people like come and go in the stream, so I feel like it's generally important that I say things more than once. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm assuming most of you were here last week, but for those of you who weren't here last week or don't even know what this is my Mondev GameMaker stream, and normally it would go all day from like 11 in the morning till whenever I decide I need to go to sleep, right? But today I'm not feeling very well, so it's not going to be very long. It's only going to be a few hours long today, this stream. But yeah, and so what this stream is, which is what I was getting to, thank you for following SB8031, is basically I'm making a game from scratch and streaming the entire process over Twitch. And not only am I like doing that, and I'm not doing that with the interest of me just making a game for me or to release commercially or anything like that. I'm making a game for essentially my YouTube viewers and for you guys and my Patreon people, and I'm going to make it open source. Well, I say open source, I'm going to give away the source, basically, you know what I mean? The source is available to download at seanjs.hio/Mondev, the link is on my stream overlay. Thank you for following Awesomeness1546, and I think someone else did before that, I'm sorry I missed your name. And Divitas, thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm making this game, and you can download the source code from the link in the description. And you can also, people have asked before if they could donate to me, people could add, like, because I have my Patreon account where people pledge monthly to me, but like people asked if they could do like one-off donations, and basically I'd rather people just like bought my games or my products rather than actually donate to me, because it's like almost the same thing, but you still support me, but you also get something out of it. Now the code is available to download for free, but you can also optionally give me any amount of money for it as well. You can give me £1 for it, or $1 or whatever, if you feel you want to support me or whatever. So that option is there. But it's free, and all you have to do is hit download, and you get access to all the source code from every day that I do this, and I do the stream every Monday. So you get the source code from each day, so you can see the thing like develop over time as well. Can GameMaker be used on GitHub or another repo? Yes. I'm pretty sure you can use GameMaker with GitHub and a bunch of other things actually, but I don't really know much about it. As like, I don't know. I've never really used those sorts of things myself. I'm not really a super programmer. I'm just, I don't know, a scrubby game developer. You said you're not really accepting content from the game, but what if I download the source and fix the stuck in the wall glitch? Dude, if you have like suggestions for code and things like that, feel free to send me them, and I'll then in the next stream I'll be like, oh hey, Divitos sent me this thing, so here I'm going to do this thing, and I'll explain how it's fixed the thing, and that'll help everyone. So yeah, sure. So yeah. If you have a theory, I'd be interested to know what it is though. What language are you using for the scripts? It's GML, or GameMaker language, which is just the language that's built into GameMaker. It's just a scripting language that you use with GameMaker to make video games. I'm going to release this game, probably not for money. I mean, I'm releasing the source code like every week, but I mean, the game it wants to be a finished game by the end of it, but it's probably not going to be like a commercial product, because what's the point? Because like the source code is available for free anyway. Yeah. Or if it's a commercial product, it'll be just for like a minimum price of 0 type thing, just as the source code is right now. But yeah, anyway, all of that now covered, and reminder again that the stream won't be super long today. I suppose I should actually get started doing something. So what I wanted to do today, well, originally I said I wanted to do artwork, but my head's just not in it today. So instead I'm going to try and work on doing like slope collision, which might screw up a bunch of all this rounding stuff I do in place meeting, but I don't know. Basically how I'm going to do it is I'm going to create a new collision script, like SCR player underscore collide and move underscore slope, and this is the collision check I'm going to do when I'm on the ground, and this is the collision check I'm going to do all the rest of the time. So if I go into player step normal, thank you for following Hydrath. I keep missing the sound because it's kind of a similar, like dong, it's the dong, the key noise from another perspective was my follower sound, but it sounds kind of similar to the kind of noises in these songs, so I miss it occasionally. Sorry if I've missed any of those. But thank you everyone who's followed in the last like 30 minutes or whatever. That's very cool of you. I would like to do more stream stuff. Hopefully when I'm feeling less awful. Weird that doing code is easier for me than drawing. It's just what I'm more of, you know. I'm just more experienced with, you know. So it's like more comfortable for me than doing artwork. Like I get stressed out doing artwork, like especially like when streaming, because it's like you draw stuff and it just doesn't work, and you want it to work quickly, and you like just you're performing for people, you know. It wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't streaming it, but like I don't know, my head's just not there for trying to like actually do artwork today because I'm not super comfortable with it. But I will hopefully get to doing that next week. I wanted to do it this week, but such is life. So yeah, so this is my script for the player when he's on the ground. SCR underscore step underscore normal. I suppose I could change it to ground really, but it's the normal state, so I don't know. It should be fine. Anyway, let's underscore slope. So what I was thinking here is that I could essentially, instead of checking where I'm about to move, like exactly where I'm about to move, is checking where I'm about to move, like plus the amount that I want to be able to go up slopes, and then moving down basically like using like a while loop to go down from there and position myself at the highest point possible at the distance I'm about to move. So like if I start in one spot and I'm moving like 5 pixels from into here, I'll do a collision check up here, and I'll need to check to make sure there's no wall there in the third. Like if there's a wall there already, then just do my normal thing and go like that, right? But if there's no wall there, then I essentially want to position myself like up here, and then while loop myself like down until like I find a collision or I reach like the minimum I want to be able to go down. And if I reach that minimum I want to be able to go down and still don't find anything, then it means I'm walking off of an edge and I just want to move myself normally, I think. It's going to be a weird logic, I don't know 100% if it'll be effective or if it'll even work, but we're going to try it. Okay. So I mean vertical collision can kind of stay the same here. Actually, in a way, I could do that normal collision check of like, oh, if I'm about to hit a wall either way, do that, because that'll settle my HSP to 0 anyway, and then I can do my slope stuff here afterwards. That would make more sense. So I can say if place meeting sorry, microphone. Eventually awesomeness on 546, yes. Don't know how good it'll be, but it'll do it. Plus incline, so like my max incline I want to be able to go up, which will say, I don't know, be like 5 pixels. So the idea is I'm going to be able to walk up any slope that's like 5 pixels or higher, which by slope, really, that means like I can just walk up to any surface that's 5 pixels or higher. So I could have like a sheer 5 pixels up and going up, and I should be able to go like that, right? And should be like the same going down, hopefully. What would I use to make music? Yeah, I use FL Studio generally. I don't know a great deal of music though, I'm not the best person to take advice from on that. But that's probably what I'll be using when I do it, along with like piano and something probably. Right. So I want to say minus incline, so I want to check the highest point. So I already know if there's a collision ahead of me or not. But I don't know if there's already one like above. This could cause some weirdly like screwy interactions if I place things in a certain way. But we'll just rock it for now and we'll see what happens and if it can just be avoided with level design. Yeah, because we're gonna move vertically, like independent of our vertical collision check, which is a bit worrying. This is hard, and I need to round these things just to keep it consistent. Like, I still don't know if this is a good idea anymore, like doing this round thing. But for now, they at least need to all be consistent. Yeah, I could see this leading to me getting stuck with weird rounding issues actually. This exact thing I'm gonna do, but we'll just see how it pans out, I guess. So if we're not colliding up there, there's going to be all sorts of problems with this, but I just want to see if it works, at least on a basic level. Actually, do I want to use a 4 instead? No. Counter. Something around X and yeah. Yeah, I can't do that exactly, can I? That doesn't work. Oh, this is hard to work out. I told you I'm not going to be good at things today. FL3, no. Something like that, yeah. That is unfortunate, corner 95. I'm going to check my encoding. My encoding settings are low enough. Should be fine. I could lower my bitrate even more, but thanks, Dividends. Right, so taking away my current horizontal collision then, I'm checking to see if there's a collision where I'm going minus a certain incline. Oh wait, shit, this will just work either way. And then if there is, to me there was in the stop. without going anywhere, and then if there isn't, then we can move X. Because we're definitely able to at least move up to there and then move down as much as we can. Yeah, I think this should work, actually. Why did you make a safe room, loaded room variable in the... I don't recall, it was a long time ago I made that tutorial, I'm not sure what that specifically refers to. That's not even me being that's not even me being ill, that's just me drinking badly. It just kind of went a bit down my throat. Apologies for the horrible noises. Yeah. But if that's sort of what I think it might be, then I do all sorts of sometimes unnecessary or extra things in code that like aren't necessarily needed or whatever. So I'm not necessarily the best programmer in the world. Alright, when I could have just saved the room straight in. Yeah, I don't know, clarity or something, I don't know. I don't know, dude, I just did. It's not too big of a deal. You probably don't need it, you're right. What was I doing? Okay, so rank plus... Right, so if there is a collision at that point, let me just stick this down here and a pair of brackets for now. If there is, then we can just do this nonsense, right? Okay. Right, so yeah, it's if there's not a collision up there, that's when we need to do the whole slope nonsense, right? So the idea then is, like, if I can try and badly visualize this, like, so we have like this asshole, and like I'm moving around just like this, right? So whenever I move, I want to see, like, is the place, like, if I draw another square, show where we're checking. So like I'm here and I want to see, like, if I'm moving, like trying to move to here, for example, I basically want to see, instead of just doing what I normally do and checking, like, I'm making a You're new. I'm doing this stream. I do every Monday, and I'm building a video game from scratch. I release the source code at seanjs.io/Mondev. Links in the script and the on the stream down there. Where you can go and you can download it for free, or you can also donate if you want to. And I do this every Monday. That's what I'm doing, and what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to implement slopes or like uneven terrain into a platformer. And I'm just sort of trying to visualize or walk through exactly what my idea is, mostly for the sake of everyone watching, and also to clarify it in my own head. So like, instead of checking here like I normally would and saying, okay, there's a collision there, move as close as possible, which would be like to here, and stop. Instead of checking there at all, I'm immediately going to check like here, okay? And here's going to be like, there's no collision there, but it's not going to put me there immediately. It's going to check, it's going to move me as close as possible to the floor below, right? Okay, and then so that if I went to here, if I was trying to move to here, it would check here, and then it would try and find the floor below. But obviously that's like infinite, right? So I would have it like go as far as there, and realize that, oh, okay, there's an edge here. Okay, we can't move down. We're not moving down a slope. This is like actually a sheer cliff, and then it'll just move me to here by default. Is the idea. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. So it's at this point, so we know there's not a collision in the upper space. We want to move down. We want to move down, but I don't want to commit to the Y right away, so I just want to create like a oh, actually, I think I can just use counter for this. Okay. Won't need a second variable. Does exit out the whole script? Oh, I want to end this while loop instead of but without just doing that. Counter. Side and greater than or equal to negative incline. That should do it. Oh, break can be. Oh yeah. I thought that was only in switch things. I didn't realize that. Even so, it's probably not exactly how I want to do it. Right, okay, you can just break out while it's cool. Interesting. But, I'd rather just do it this way, I think. In fact, I should do that first so that it, short circuits. If short circuit applies to whiles, I don't even know. But either way, it doesn't make a difference if it doesn't. So, counter, got incline. Oh, counter, negative incline. I don't even think you got minus now. So fancy. Where's moving? Oh no, how do I... Alright, okay, yeah, because if I find a spot, then incline will be, counter will not be that. Will not be that, -1. Because I don't really like using physics for stuff that's not a physics game, you know? Like if we were making a physics game about like seesaws and ropes and things like that, then I don't know, maybe I'd be more inclined to use a physics engine, but it's not really the kind of thing I'm after here. I'm after a tighter control than that. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be a physics game, but something where like the control is a bit more abstract or a bit more floaty, you know, where it makes sense. Also, I've just never really used it before. I'm definitely going to try and learn it at one point though, just so I know how to use it. I keep losing my train of thought. Hi DT Mark. So, okay, we reduced the counter by a bunch while there's no collision. Well, the decimal places are gonna kill this, I know it. The 0.5s, man. I can feel the 0.5s, although they shouldn't be too much of a problem when you're on the ground, I don't know. Yeah, weird elements of level design could get you stuck in walls here, but they're not elements of level design you would ever want to exist anyway. So I think it should be okay. I was just thinking about like what if you had like a slope here and then like a wall immediately above you and you go up and you get stuck in the back of the wall, but it's okay. Yes, eventually. DT Mark. I was going to do that this stream, but I'm just not really feeling up to it today, unfortunately. How much longer do I think I'm going to stream? Oh, a little while yet. Counter. Right. I feel like that should just be it. I don't know. I'm missing something, I can tell, but I don't know what it is. So anyway, I'm just gonna make like... like that. And park glide. Oh, it's just not gonna work, I know it. Ooh, there's something weird going on there already. Like, there's like a weird delay as you like hit that wall. Oh, jeez. Wait, what? I'm just hitting the spikes below it. That's really weird. Let me just get rid of those for now. I'll look into that later. Yeah, I'm like a pixel into the floor now, which is kind of weird. Oh, well, there's that. Oh hey, it works. I mean, it's messed up a little because it's put me like a pixel in the floor. And that's what was causing me to just die when I stood on here. But it actually, it works. Hi Zacrons, I'm doing okay. Like, I don't feel very well today, so I won't be streaming for super long. But, I decided to do something at least. Looks fairly smooth to me, like. Duplicate this room and just do like... I was not expecting it to just kind of work like that, but I know it's caused some problems that I'm gonna have to deal with. So that should be fine to walk up. That should be fine to walk up. That should not. Yeah. Okay, but there's something weird that goes on, like if I just hold it, like it just stops there instead of stopping at the, like if I like, there's something weird going on with that now. It doesn't happen in the air either. Should be fine, I don't actually understand what's going on there. I've never used breakpoints with this before actually, this would be interesting. I mean, I've used them before, but not with this specific type of code. Scripts. Climb, move, slope. Just gonna answer the door, I'll be right back. Answer the door and grab a biscuit. Door win. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely won't be streaming for super long. Good luck, Marsaris. I sometimes find it more terrifying when it doesn't all explode in those situations. That is unfortunate. Oh, I'm using GameMaker Studio. Right, so the idea was I was going to do this. And this. And this. Play. Okay, I can't do that. immediately. But I can do that, right? So why does it skip straight to there? It doesn't stop on the while thing. Yeah, you see how it's like moving me? It thinks that like, while not place me around X plus sign HSP around park wide. It's like not moving me there. I'm not 100% sure why. Let me do like a line that just does nothing, like this. Just so that I can put a breakpoint beforehand. I want to see if the while loop is doing anything at all there. And check what my HSP is at the time. Right, okay. Right, okay, you see how it just didn't move me close? Right, so here. Objects. Well, I need less wall objects. I should do like a tile collision thing or something. HSP is negative 4.2 at this point in time. So the sign of that is negative 1. Unless that's rounding and finding a collision with the rounding. Then it allows you to get closer though, which is weird of it. See, that's friggin' weird. It's just not moving yet. That's worked. So, well, no, that's not even worked. It's only worked when it's actually put me there. So HSP there is what? What am I doing wrong? Why is none of this working? 6. Ooh. Oh, that might be to do with why you get stuck with the rounding. Like, because round only puts the number to the closest even value, meaning that 8.5 goes to 8, and 7.5 also goes to 8 when you're at 0.5. This isn't even related to this problem though, thinking about it, but when you have a decimal point... Right, so my x is like 64.2, which will obviously round down 4, plus 1, 5. Alright, that's always going to round down, so that shouldn't be what's causing this problem. But what, like, if it was 0.5, you could argue that because it's rounding it after the fact. So I think I can fix the air collision thing, actually, just by doing that. Because that's a round number either way. I'm fixing a totally unrelated problem at the moment, but but now it's causing the weird ass that problem even in the air. What's going on there? Ah, you still get stuck. And you get more stuck now. I've made it worse. Like you're guaranteed to get stuck. I'm gonna take the rounds off of everything. So I can just make it work like that. This, as far as I know, it shouldn't cause any real problems, because I don't have the object like changing state or position or anything like that. It was just, as I thought, a bad idea in the first place. This will be kind of silly because it's not sat in the bomb, but yeah, but who cares in the storm? Oh yeah, 'cause I'm on the ground. Something horrible happened, yeah. I'm just taking all of this out. I'll find a different solution if I need to. This is just causing more problems than it's solving. Problems I'm not sure even exist in this particular version. Your code doesn't really make any sense though, messed up. No offense. Like I looked at it and you kind of see like how maybe it like fixed some things, but just like no. Oh, getting in there actually like crashes the game. It's kind of mental. What have I done? Let's just try and make this work again. Like I want to get rid of all this rounding nonsense. Why did they have to make this stupid change to place meeting? It was fine before. Like, oh, GameMaker users all learn how to do collisions again. Right, okay. So, remove the slope code for now. Okay, I actually think I see what led you down the route you went down. There he is. Someone asked earlier as well, I saw if I could do a tutorial on using the debugger, and I guess, but I don't know, I don't know exactly what would be in it. This place meeting floors everything, which is just friggin' weird. So it means you'll get that going that way, and when you're going right, you'll end up in the wall. So yeah, when you go right, you can like randomly end up a pixel inside the wall. Which I mean is fine, because you don't get stuck. It just looks rubbish. And it doesn't always happen. Oh yeah, you can imagine a situation like that hole being weird, but that's fine. I wonder what a tunnel would be like though, actually. I'll put that there for later testing. What do you mean by groups awesomeness? Check out your new 2D wallpaper, calling it paperboy-run strawpoi.me. That seems like a really dubious fucking link. Has that guy said anything before, or is he just some weird bot? I don't know if he's just being a weirdo. Straw Poll looking like Screamer. Well, apparently it's just some Screamer link. That's weird. Well, whatever, he can be banned. So like it's like a weird thing. Just check out my new 2D wallpaper. It was supposed to be a 3D wallpaper. I'm very confused. You sink a pixel into the floor at the moment as well. I think you do. Yeah. That's right. I can't get why you did your thing now. I think actually, Miss Dawn, there might be a way to do what you did less horribly. But I actually get the logic of what's going on there now. Because of how it floors everything if you're just rounding. But that's if you're not rounding that particularly happens. You follow me? I didn't notice. Maybe I need to turn up the following noise. I didn't see it. Sorry if I've missed any of those, by the way. Ba-dum-ba-ba-bum. No, now I'm noticing. Unseen ant. Thank you for following. Sorry, the Scorpions, I've done my best with the bitrate. Thank you, Smoking Waffle. I'm glad that for some reason my really ill stream is somehow entertaining enough to warrant you following me. What am I doing? Right. So the problem is that it's always going to seal the check with place meeting, which is fine because it means I don't get I can't get stuck. Strictly speaking. Oh wait, can I? If it seals, then no, it doesn't seal, it floors, sorry. If it floors, then... Well, you'd think I wouldn't be able to jump there, wouldn't you, if I was actually stuck? Yeah, because I'm not stuck, because the collision is going to be consistent. Like, if it's wrong, but it's consistently wrong, so it's okay. The problem is it's not moving to exactly the right spot. I do all the art myself, although that's not particularly impressive right now. So, like, Mythstorm's solution was to, like, check which way you're going and, like, seal the result if you were going one way and for if you were going the other. But it looks like I don't really want to do either of those things. Because flooring it every time causes a problem when I go either direction. So flooring it in one direction is not going to help either. It needs to round, really. But rounding doesn't work properly, because rounding has this stupid, oh, for statistically better rounding we made it so 0.5s go to the closest even number. Ridiculous. I think, how do we even solve this now? doesn't quite work how it bloody well should. I didn't even update anything in here to tell you, oh by the way it's it floors everything now, so yeah. Doesn't even tell you. Such a sneaky change, really bad. I don't know, I think it was really bad of them to make that change. I could miss Storm, I'm trying to work out if that is the answer. And I still don't get why the sloping thing was making it like stop without actually moving. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. No, I don't understand at all. Yeah, that should work. I don't fucking know. Ignore this line, by the way, it's just for me doing debugging. So I can put a breakpoint there. Because the while breakpoint didn't work. Because I looked into it, Darkire, and I was asking in the a GameMaker Skype group I'm in with a bunch of GameMaker devs, and someone said oh yeah, there's this weird sneaky change where it floors all the results now, and it just turned out that yeah, that's exactly what it does, and they did it because it's marginally faster to process. It's just what? You know? Yeah, I haven't even played Dust Force and I love its music. I think I have it, I've just never got around to playing it. No awesomeness, I just kind of learned to use it. Maybe I should screw place meeting entirely, and I should use collision rectangle or something. I'm just typing some stuff in Skype asking if anyone knows anything about this whole collision nonsense. I could, but I don't know that that's a solution, Mythstorm. I don't know, Zekrons. Probably, I would expect so. I mean, we can quickly find out, I guess. Oh, no, we can't quickly find out because it takes forever to do, to use instance place, because you have to check whether it equals no one or whatever. You can't just not it. Trial and error. Yeah, I'm just like asking a bunch of dudes who I know are way better programmers than me if they have any ideas, because like it's kind of got me a bit just like, I don't know, maybe if I was feeling a bit better, maybe I'd be smarter. Basically just weird kind of collision stuff, Thin Hammer, like because of how it like floors stuff now, like I can end up like that where I'm like a pixel out the wall, or if I'm going the other way I end up a pixel in, and it's dumb. I wonder. It does happen vertically as well. Like, you can end up 1 pixel in the floor, and I'm pretty sure you would, there's no way to really tell because you can't, like, fly into the ceiling, but, like, it would, like, be a pixel away from thingy. Floating point speed with integer coordinate example. By yellow. This could be cool. GMK file. Oh, that's old. Let's see what this thing is. I'm interested to see what yellow's done. Otherwise I'm just going to try collision rectangle. Import. Downloads folder too huge. Depends what you're trying to do. Knock out 697. Oh, for fuck's sake, GameMaker, why you do? Oh, apparently I can still save. Oh, that's because it's a different ID entirely. What the fuck is that about? Right. Hey, Duffus Digital. Oh. I can't even drink properly. GameMaker actually crashes just trying to open my downloads file. It's not that big. Oh, put it on the friggin' desktop or something then. GameMaker, why you do? Just want to see what Yellow's solution was. I mean, if this is good, I might end up doing like a tutorial on this and crediting Yellow for it, like, because that's probably kind of important for people to know. So annoyed that they've changed that though. It just like makes the idea of doing something basic like a platformer harder to get. I mean, this all works and everything, but it looks a little unprofessional just because like you stick a pixel into the floor and into the wall, and it's just like, why is that thing? Like, so apparently the idea is that we accumulate distance to move in a variable, and then we only move when it's like integers, you know? Let's have a look. Oh. Right, okay, and how does this work exactly? Next frac of an X sign. Alright, there's a script. Okay. Man, I hate it when people use single letters for things and then like try and show you the code. I'm just like, what does the single letters represent? Just like at all times. Well, because I would love a solution like that, but like if I would actually do that, like sometimes the collision is fine and it will work, and like if you hit it at the right space and it's fine. It's just because you're at a decimal that sometimes it leaves you out, you know? So like if you were to move one pixel to the left, then you would have the problem, you basically just reverse the problem, you know, like sometimes it would be fine and then other times you'd be one pixel too far to the left, you know, and it's just like you've got the same thing, really just a bit worse really because you're not even in the proper X position. I like the idea of this, I just hope I can make it work. Why didn't make a thing of a solid? Let me just see if that was a thing. I don't even know why I did that. I could have just made it a thingy one, but whatever. We've done it now. May as well use it. Well, that would be even worse, man. Who's DK? Interesting. Alright. I really want to try and understand how this works. It's pretty cool. I can just turn this into like an HSB conversion or something maybe. Arguments here. Right, so let's move. Pardon me. I think I'm just gonna have to look at it. I can't wrap my head around maths and things right now, but That's cool, and I'll take a look at that later, and I'll like try and break it down, and then like, because if that works how I think it should work, that should actually get us back to like totally pixel perfect, which will be cool. But for now, it's just like, well, it looks a little ugly, but it's not like a big deal. What happens if you rotate the player object so it's parallel to the slope? You'd want to rotate the sprite, not the player, because otherwise you'd cause all sorts of weird things. Look, these are not good solutions. Either way, it's not a big problem. I just kind of got a bit sidetracked and obsessed with it. Like, I can fix later. Oh right, yeah, I was gonna do the thing where I just substituted in collision rectangle, but I decided not to. Basically I was just trying to fix a oddity with the collision, which I think I know how to fix now. It's just going to take me a bit of time in wrapping my head around. But I understand the theory behind what it is I need to do. Basically, like, the collision isn't perfect and you can like end up sticking a pixel into the wall, or like being a pixel away from the wall, like that. The collision is just not like totally perfect. Which is down to the way place meeting works, because they changed it, because, I don't know, who makes interesting decisions about things sometimes. But anyway, let's try and get the slopes thing working again, because that shouldn't affect, the whole flooring thing shouldn't affect slopes. Because again, like, as long as it's consistently wrong, it's okay. It's meaning minus incline. Man, that makes place meeting like just so totally not as useful. Which makes me very sad. So let me go back into here, put the slope thing back on. I have no idea what you're talking about with Panilio, unfortunately. Whoa. And a crash as well. That's weird that it like wiles me all the way over there and then doesn't, then crashes. It's like, what? So this is an else. I get that it's like saying there's a collision there and then trying to find underneath and then goes all the way to the edge, but then why would it crash at the end? That's weird. Thanks, He-Man Vidmaker. I'm not even sure what your suggestions about happening. Yeah, this is friggin' weird as well. How like it just does this and then just like doesn't do this right. Whereas it does it here absolutely fine. It's finding a collision like there, and then comes to here, does this, and then just it basically ignores this line, it feels like. While not placing x plus sine HSP, which is that direction like 1, there's no collision there. X plus equals sine HSP, it should move 1 pixel, and then it should keep doing that till it hits there, but it just doesn't, and it just says, oh, okay, HSP equals 0, and then you're just here. Doesn't make any sense. HSP is still -6, like, what the fuck? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. This all used to make sense and used to be easy. Now they've made it hard. I wanted to. Any wall actually, like only with the slope collision, which is weird, because like it does the exact same thing here. Like, seriously, this is the same line, right? Oh no, something's different. No, that's just me pasting it wrong. Exactly the same line. That was just there for me to make a break point. No, don't know. Junex, never again. Like, we were doing that before, but it causes more problems than it solves. I get it's -5, and how that can cause other issues, but not this specific issue. This specific issue makes no sense. It's a long story, XXX. Like round uses bankers rounding and like 0.5, anything 0.5 goes to the closest even value. Anyway, that's not the root of this problem anyway. This is a different problem. Like, it's not 1 pixel out because of the flooring problem in place meeting. Like, that's a problem, but it's like, that's not part of what's happening here. Let me just... do this, right? So the script is totally the same now, other than the check for the incline, right? So this should just be normal walking on the ground. No, okay, it's just something else entirely. Why am I getting stuck in the floor? Is that something to do with it? Ugh. Hope I do. Not getting stuck in the floor, I'm just not moving. Right, okay. So I mean, it's still got like the 1 pixel off problem, but it doesn't have the million pixels off problem that we were having before. Where it literally just doesn't move you. It's set your speed to 0 and just, it looks like it literally just skips the while line. It doesn't make any sense. But it only happens when this else is included, which is friggin' weird. So it's got to be rooted in this. Because when you turn that on, so it's not the bias incline thing that's the problem. It's got to be this section of code. So I don't know if I've structured something with else wrong or what. See how it like it chunks? It like it like stops and then goes if I hold it, or like stops there if I don't hold it. That should just never happen. No, Vinilentini, I did not. I'm just doing something wrong with if. I don't think, no, that's how you use if. It's only this that can be causing the problem, so somehow this area of the code must be getting run. Somehow. Doesn't make any friggin' sense, really. Let me do this. So good, man, are you kidding me? Terrible today. I'm glad these are in scripts, it makes it easier to find the breakpoints. Right. I mean, breakpoints on wild doesn't seem to even work, so I don't know what that's about. Oh wow, yeah, it's gonna do that. Huh. Of course it's always gonna do that, yeah. Here's what I should do, if that works, hang on. Yeah man, you can teach yourself more or less anything these days. it's like, so I guess there it says, oh, while not place meeting, x plus sine HSB, y park line. I'm pretty friggin' sure my HSB is -6, which is gonna leave me in a friggin' wall. So why? Plus -1, that's no collision. There's no collision there, so it should run this piece of freaking code. And the only thing that's causing it to work like this, where did I just taught myself to? I read a bunch of art. Well, like, that's the thing, I didn't go Google how to program. I didn't go Google how to make games either, really. Or anything like that. Like, I knew what I wanted to do from the offset, which was like, I wanted to use GameMaker to make something, and I had a specific thing that I wanted to make. I can't remember what the first thing I ever made in GameMaker was, but like, I'll be like, oh, how do I make a platform in GameMaker? And I would Google that specific thing, and there would be all these cool articles and tutorials about it, and I would read on how to do that specific thing, and yeah, I would kind of go from there. No, Parasite. The round is not the solution here. Like, few people, like, we've literally just taken that out of the code because it was not a solution to any problems. Like, the problem is not rooted in the flooring of stuff in place meeting. It's not. It's nothing to do with that. That was a different problem that we were talking about. There's a problem that exists with that. It's nothing to do with stuff now. You just stop suggesting round bracket. It's not useful. That's a weird thing to say, Vinilantini. If you can't do something, how do you know you want to do it as your job? I legitimately feel like the only things you can know that you want to do as a career are things you can do. Like, that's not to say you should never learn things, obviously not, but like, you know, a lot of people are like, I want to be a programmer, I want to be a game developer, I want to be this, that and the other, but they don't, like, as a career, and they're just like, but they don't actually know how to do any of those things in the first place. Like, I don't know, I feel like you can want to be, you can want to learn a new skill, and that's fine, you should do that, but say like, I want this to be my career is a bit of an early leap, I think, for something you don't necessarily know a lot about yet. Just a personal view on these things, like, working out what you want to do as a career is really hard. Really hard. Just go through yeah. What's what I'm doing, but the breakpoints are not making any sense. Because it's just like, oh look, while place meeting x plus sine blah blah blah, which is there, and it's, yeah, so no collision at that point, there isn't one. It should now go to this one, x plus sine hv, but if I press this, look, yeah, never runs that line. Infuriating. Just sets your HSB to 0, doesn't move you as close as it can. Never runs the x plus sine plus equals sine HSB, and I have no idea why. Like, it actually makes 0 sense. But it is running the else, which I don't get. Or it must be doing. Like, if I do this... Right, so it ends up in here. How does it end up in there? That doesn't make any sense. Although I don't know if it's ending up in there in the same frame or not. I do not understand. No, that's not it, Joseph Knight.